Hi, my name is Gina Cook, and I am the Program Quality Director-elect for District 61. My vision for District 61 is to have every club distinguished and every member distinguished. We're working on it. One new task is to get you there in submitting the club success plan, which is essential for Toastmaster clubs in the 2025-2026 year. Toastmasters is evolving. The DCP is not just about completing goals, it's about building sustainable, member-focused, and high-quality clubs. In 2025-2026, planning isn't optional. It's essential and mandatory for success. Starting this year, clubs must submit a club success plan before the end of September to qualify for the distinguished status, regardless of how many goals they complete. Toastmasters International is emphasizing intentional leadership and strategic club management. The new DCP requirements align with corporate best practices. Plan, execute, review, and improve. Distinguished clubs are proven to offer stronger member engagement, better meeting quality, and higher retention, and usually more fun. When a club is distinguished, it reflects a thriving learning environment that members want to stay in and invite others to join. We're going from reactive to proactive. Without a plan, clubs respond to problems as they arise. With a club success plan, clubs anticipate challenges and set clear goals. The club success plan gets an officer team aligned early. It qualifies the roles, deadlines, and how you'll support each other. We keep it member focused. A strong club success plan isn't about ticking boxes. It's about identifying what your members want. More speeches, better evaluations, leadership development, and building a plan that delivers that. The best clubs revisit the club success plan throughout the year, have quarterly check-ins. It becomes a living document that evolves with the club. Don't wait until the deadline. Make the club success plan a conversation. Engage all members in goal setting and idea sharing. The club success plan is not a hoop to jump through. It's a tool to help your club thrive, grow, and serve its members. Submitting it isn't just a requirement, it's a commitment to excellence. Now, here to explain how to set up your club success plan, please welcome Sylvie Côté.
Hello, I'm your Toastmaster, Sylvie Côté.
I am Toastmaster Rick Whalen.
And we are your
Toastmasters for this session.
We are here to talk about the club success plan. And as you know, to be distinguished now, a club must have a club successes plan before
September the 30th.
Yes. And what we want to do here is to help you to understand the club success plan and to help you to put it together. Imagine that during your year of Toastmaster, you have a guide or you have a map that helps you to meet all your goals, to be distinguished. Well, this is exactly what it's going to be. As well, this will help you in your personal life because going to this process will help you to create a plan, and some of these questions you can use them as well in your personal life. So let's get right into it. Okay, Rick?
Absolutely. Let's get started.
So before we get started, we need an important piece of information. Here's a copy of your club success plan. And we would like you to two choice. Either you make a copy. Some of you, I know you like hard copy, so you can make a hard copy of it and come back, or you can set up the plan from the Toastmaster International. And there are two ways that you can actually complete this club success plan. Is either to downloading it to your computer and filling all the box and re-downloading it to Toastmaster International. Uploaded, sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so that's the one way. The other way is do it directly on the Toastmaster International in the Club Central, which the block of Club Success Plan. So pause this right now.
Hit the pause and then come right back when you're ready.
With either your hard copy or your computer setup. And
we're back.
Welcome back. So the first page that you have, page 1, it actually asks you for the year. So pretty straightforward. It'll be 2025, 2026, and your club number. And then you're getting right into, so this plan is divided in 5 different areas. It's got the committee's value, and then it's got the different goal for each area. And there's also at the end, there are in the Appendix A that you can add some action items, and we'll talk about this as we explain it.
And the nice thing about doing it on the computer at Toastmasters International is that each section has a box you can click to add action plans right there versus having to go to the last page and add the action plan. So that's one of the reasons why doing it online is so helpful and handy.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rick. And so page 1, we have your goal to achieve. And most of you are familiar with these goals. So achieve 5 of 10 goal for distinguish, and select distinguish, you must achieve 7. And then president distinguish, you must achieve 9. And we have some news.
There's another level of distinguished, Smedley level distinguished, which you need 10 out of 10 goals reached. Plus, you have to have 25 or more members. And so if you reach that 10 out of 10 and 25 or more members, your club could be the Smedley Distinguished, which is new for this upcoming year.
Woohoo! One new level. There's always a next level.
Always another
right? And down the page, you'll see the 10 goals for the DCP. And most of you would be familiar as officer of these 10 goals. So you have the first section is the education goals, and then the membership goals, then the training, and the administration. And we're moving right along to our page 2. And on page 2, it's specific, actually, page 2 and page 3 is specific to the committee's value. So the first question is, it refers to what are the club's executive committee's values. And Rick, can you help us with that? What would be some example of values that we could put in there?
Well, we could borrow from District 61 or Toastmasters International. We could integrity, respect, service, excellence, and you can add your own. I like fun personally.
Yes, you can add as many as you want, and these are fun. You can, again, you will have your group of officers together to make this plan, right? It's the best, and what we love to do is to do a social. So we either do a potluck, or you can meet somewhere where you can have some food and just go through these questions. So first question done. Second question is about decisions that are going to be made by the committee. How will decision be made? So again, you will come up with your own plan, but we're here to help you and give you an example.
So I want to start with an agenda for discussion. And then when you're making an opinion, a consensus. If you have a consensus of the executive, then you already have your answer. If you don't have a consensus, then you could do it by vote. You can do it just a hand vote, or you can do a secret vote if you like. And really, it's up to your executive to decide what way they feel most comfortable in sharing or in creating a consensus, an
Yes,
answer. Yeah.
and you want it to be unique because you want it for your own club, for your own committee, executive committee for your club. And the next question will be the difference of opinion. So, how will the club executive committee resolve differences of opinions? And go
Well,
ahead, please.
I think you want to start with encouraging open discussion. That's really, really important. You have to respect each other, be professional. And if you have a differencing opinion, then you talk about it and find a middle ground that everybody is happy with. And if you can't find that middle ground, then you can seek guidance through your area director.
And the next one is the how will the club executive committee be held accountable for its responsibilities? Because, right, that's why we're officers. We have different responsibilities. So, Rick, do you have any example of how this could be answered?
Well, regular executive meetings are important. You want, clearly defined roles and responsibilities throughout the year, and members' feedback would be great as well. You want to track your performance, and you can do that by sending goals, action items, which you can do online, or if you're using the PDF, you go to the very last page, and the appendix has a place for you to record your action items and who's going to do it and the date that it's due.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And the next page, which is page 3, is the members' engagement. When was the last time the club conducted moments of truth? Now, have you heard of moment of truths before? And if you haven't, look into it and get one done. There are 6 different areas for your moment of truth, and this will help you to actually, and you can put that on the action, right? You can put that in the action. Okay, we're going to get one done in a month, or, and you should, right, Rick? We should have that done before you complete the whole plan.
Well, you can't actually complete the plan unless you do a moment of truth. It's an integral part of the process, and it's something you do with everyone in your club. It's not just for the executive. You want everyone in the club to participate in this. And it shouldn't take more than half hour or 40 minutes for the club to process the moments of truth. And it's very eye-opening, and it really lets you know where your club is, where it's excelling, and places where it could do a little bit better.
And we can always reach out to our area directors, right, to get some help for that as well. And following up on the question, so once you get your moment of truth done, the next question is on a scale of 1 to 5, how beneficial was the moment of truth? So you'll answer that question, and there's a couple other questions in reference to the attendance of the member to your club meeting, and then the sign if your members are signing up for meeting roles. And as a result of these answer, there's a further question which said, if your club scored 2 or less in the above 2 questions, what factors led to the club scoring itself? And Rick, do you have any example of some of the reason why the club would score low in the attendance and also the members filling the roles?
Well, it would be different for every club. It could be just a matter of the people don't feel included, or they don't understand the pathways, or they're just not sure about the club. And that's why it's really important to know the answers. It's going to be different for every club. And that's why the moments of truth is so important.
And then the further question on that page is, what strategies will your club use to ensure members consistently attend club meetings and take roles? Can you give us an example of that, Rick?
Well, example is a great word, because I feel that the executive sets the level. So we need to lead by example. So if we sign up early for roles, for speeches, for evaluations, we sign up early and we encourage all of our members to do the same. That is just key for people to attend and sign up for roles. And when people sign up for roles, you can congratulate them. You can give them feedback on how well they did and encourage them to do it again. And that really sets that
Tone.
tone. Thank you. Sets
Yeah.
that tone that you would want for our clubs, because we want people to come back to have fun, enjoy themselves, learn, and grow.
Excellent. So we are done with the committee values. That's hard to say for a French girl. And next is the education goals. So on page 4, what I love about that one is that when you actually do it online, it actually shows you the name of all the members and where they are at on their path.
Andy.
Yes, I really love that. And then you can predict who's going to reach the level 1, for example, and all the way to level 5. So you can actually tailor it because it's linked with the camp, the boot camp managers tools. So it's linked to that. So I love that because you can predict and you can get that done very quickly. Otherwise, if you do it without do it by the PDF, then you'll have to assess and go into your bootcamp managers tool to see who is where in their path. So did you have something to add for this part, Rick?
We were playing with it earlier, actually, before we decided to do this, and I was just impressed how user friendly it is and how helpful it is to see who is in a position to finish what level. And it really gives you a great idea to see where you're going to fall on the distinguished list. And perhaps you can even encourage people even more to finish their level, just so that you can, get that extra check mark to maybe become select distinguished above distinguished. That's very helpful. Something that you can review on a regular basis.
Absolutely. And thank you for mentioning that because this is like a map, right? It is a map and it is a guide and it is a living document that we can come back and add on and modify anytime we want. Continuing in the education goals on page 5, the strategy and tactics. What obstacle keep members from completing projects? So what would be an example of that, Rick?
I think it starts off with why many of us become Toastmasters in the first place, that fear of doing a speech, getting up and so if we can make everyone really comfortable and certain that they're in the right place, which Toastmasters is, that's the first thing. And maybe not understanding the pathways. Maybe not understanding the pathways and understanding the process. Maybe there's some confusion there that would be really, great for us to help with that, especially with new members.
And so what are some ways to motivate members to progress through the educational program?
Well, you can help your members set clear goals and milestones so that way they can track their progress, which is easy to do. Mentorship, like it's key, especially with new mentors, but throughout our Toastmasters life, you can keep your mentor for as long as you're a Toastmaster. At least I have, and I know that many of us do. And I think mentorship is really, really important for that.
Yes, for new members, they absolutely love, and I'm sure you can relate to that, to have a mentor, to get guidance to where.
And there's many other, like these are just, we're just throwing some ideas out there. There's so many more that you're going to come up with, but this will help you get you started.
And again, the next one, education engagement on a scale of 1 to 5. How familiar are members with the pathways, learning experience? And then how does your club promote pathways? What would be some of the example?
Well, you're an excellent example. Sylvie sets up educationals for pathways, and she's done one maybe every 2 or 3 months throughout the year. One for new members, because we get new members, periodically throughout the year. So it's great for them to see that. And it's a great refresher for the members to also see it, because sometimes they take their time doing their path and they forget the process. So it's wonderful to have someone like Sylvie do an educational, which is lovely. Celebrate when someone's done a level. That's a great milestone, and we as a club should celebrate that with that member, so that they, it really encourages them to continue on and continue doing those levels, which are so important. And we can, well, like I said, Sylvie does the tutorial, and Actually, you did a little video clip as well for our club.
Yes, that's one thing that really we got some really good feedback. It was more personal because they know me, so they saw me on the video, and I was able to explain to them, sharing my screen and showing them how to get into the pathway to choose their path and how it's done. So they were very grateful that they got that. The next one is how will your club prepare its new members to work in pathways? Who will be responsible for showing them around the base camp? Well, we kind of just answered that question. And again, through the appendix at the end, we can put down the name of the person that's going to be responsible of that task, that action item, and then put a due date for that. And again, we can update that on a regular basis. And anything else, Rick, that for that specific question?
Especially for new members, and again, we talked about it before, mentorship. Assigning a mentor is so important, and have that member choose who their mentor is, because we align with different people. Someone maybe, see Sylvie, hear her do her public speaking and go, oh, I really would like to have Sylvie as my mentor, or perhaps it's me or another person in the club. So it's great to get their input as well as to who they would like to have a mentor for versus just assigning somebody. You can do a boot camp for base camp. You can, the VP of education or somebody who's really good at base camp can introduce them, like walk them through it personally on a video call. Like it's a great way to share your knowledge with our new members, get them excited about pathways. And you do that by walking with them along that path, especially at the beginning, so that way they get used to it.
Yes, and we're moving on to membership goals. So we're in page 6 for people that are using this, but if you are actually on Toastmaster International, it might be different because you're going into the block of membership goals. And for membership goals is the membership base as of July. So you start at how many number, and then your membership goals by June 30th. So it will either be adding 3 members, right, to meet the requirement, or meeting 20 members. So you just put the numbers there. It's nice and easy. And then there's a few questions as well for the strategies and the tactics. And what is your club's plan to motivate its current members to renew? So the members that are already there, what are some of the strategy that we could come up to help them to decide to renew?
We can show them or talk to them or ask them questions to show them the real world benefits of Toastmasters. Ask them how it's impacted them, how it's assisted them away from Toastmasters, the benefits of it, the ongoing benefits of it are really important. We can do personal outreach as well, like one-on-one discussions, mentorship. Again, if we still have our mentor can really help with that. And keeping the meetings fun and engaging. If you're at a Toastmasters meeting and you're really enjoying yourself and you feel like you're with family, why would you ever want to give that up? I know that's what it's like at our club.
Yes, absolutely. And the next question is, what is your club's plan to gain new members?
Social media is a great way, and I'm sure you're all aware of social, like Facebook and Meetup and whatever your club uses. That's important. We like to we get permission from a member to upload their video of their speech, and so people can go to Facebook or can go to the different areas and say, well, like here's a speech, and I'll hear that speech, and it could entice them. So that's something that we like to do. Guests, when we have guests, it reach out to them after the meeting, ask them what they thought, see if it's something for them. Like be one-on-one, be personal. Like that's also really
I remember, Rick, last year when we had our second or third meeting, we came up with something because we were our membership was low, and as a discussion amongst us, all the officer, somebody came with a great idea, and it's something that we had forgot about, but where we host our meeting, in front of the building, which is a library, we have access to a big, huge sign for free.
Free.
And so somebody remember about that, and they said, we haven't seen Toastmaster on the sign. So we did that.
We created an action item. We had a volunteer. We set a due date. And within a week of having that Toastmasters International put up on that billboard, we started getting inquiries. And within 2 weeks, we had 3 new members.
Yes, we had 4 guests and 3 of them joined. So that was big deal. And because of that, we were distinguished. So we celebrated that just because we met as a group of officers, we review our plan and ideas came up that way.
Yeah,
so
think outside the box. All ideas are great ideas.
So the next one is training goals. So we're on page 7, and training goals, we are all aware about the first round and second round, which is a minimum of 4 officers to attend the training. Now, the ideal would be to have all 7 officers to attend both round of training. And because of personal schedule, it doesn't always happen. So Rick, and then here you just check who's going to be attending. And Rick, in the strategies and tactics again, what are some of the ways to motivate officers to attend an officers training session? What do you have for this one, for examples?
I find, and I think many of us who attended those sessions have appreciation for not just learning how to do their role, which gives people certainty, but there's also great learning there that we can use outside of Toastmasters in our workplace and our families that, which is just an amazing plus. Again, it's that check mark towards distinguished, like our club really celebrates when we become a distinguished club. So everyone who has a role in that, getting those check marks, that's just a big bonus. The days are flexible for training. Like we're doing one coming up soon at TLI, but there are also ones, catch-up ones, or make-up ones virtually that they can attend as well. So there's multiple opportunities to attend, and it's just encourage each other, encourage the executive to attend, and it's great for the club, and it's great for them.
And we know that every time we attend these trainings as officer, we always enjoy meeting other officers from other clubs, because you can get even more ideas and share networking. So this is a great way to meet people and network.
We're giving you lots of ideas here.
Yes, the next one is administration goals, which is on page 8 here in the hard copy document. And that is decide who will be responsible for submitting the following 2 items to world headquarters on time. So these things have to be there on time. So there's the membership dues and the officers list. And maybe a strategy for that one might be that you want to have the same person do it consistently. So you know that they're going to do it and they commit to doing it, and as well putting it in the appendix A. And what are obstacles, Rick, that the club have in achieving its administration goals, and what can be done to overcome them? Do you have any example for that?
Well, there's low officer engagement, maybe unclear role that they would have. So clarity is really important. Regular check-ins, like appreciation of the club officers is really important. There's poor attendance at officers' meetings, and Sylvie touched on that. Like we have fun at our officers' meeting. We look forward to them, and so we have great turnout at our officers' meetings. And like I said, clarity around what the role is, the responsibility. That's where the action item really comes in handy. When you have that, you can check in, and we encourage people, if you're having difficulties, to reach out to the other executive members to answer your questions and to help you if you need it.
Right, and I know that some of the people that have jobs of administration outside of Toastmaster, they love doing these jobs, right? They know about due dates. So maybe it's to identify somebody in the club that is gonna do it and love doing it, right? Because you got to really enjoy what you're doing. And the next page, which is page 9, is the signature of everyone.
Hardest page is the hardest page. Everyone's got to prepare you for yourself for this.
And one thing that's very important, it's got to be signed before what date?
September 30th.
Yes. So actually we've done a lot today, and the appendix A is the one at the end, but along the document, if you're doing it on Toastmaster International, you can add on your action item all the way through. And the best thing to do, and what I love to do, is do this on your own in advance before you meet with your officers, right? Come up with some ideas. You may have more information at some question than others, but do it before. Do it before. And we did the exercise with you right now, and write down, review it and write down some things. So when you meet with your officers, you'll be ready. And it didn't take us too much time to do this. And so this is your guide.
Fun doing it.
Yes.
If you notice, we had fun doing it with you.
This is your guide. This is your map for your club. This is your club success plan for the upcoming years.
Yeah. And that's what this is all about. This is what Toastmasters International is really concentrating on, this because they really want your club to be successful. And they know without a doubt, if you have a success plan and you monitor it, and like Sylvie said, it's a living document, you go back to it, you use those action items, that your club will be a success. And in being a success, that adds to the fun and the certainty that your club is doing well, knowing that your distinguished club is just has a certain je ne sais quoi, as Sylvie would say, to be able to announce that. To be able to announce that to your club is great. It's a great way for everyone to celebrate their success for the year.
So have fun with your club success plan and enjoy it.
Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.